This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okmade, and this is Africa Now. According to a huge leak of financial papers, Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta and family that have dominated the country's politics since independence secretly owned a network of offshore companies for decades. The Pandora Papers is a leak of almost 12 million documents and files exposing the secret wealth and dealings of world leaders, politicians and billionaires. It is the biggest of such leak in history. Kenyatta and 6 members of his family have been linked to 13 offshore companies. The secret assets were uncovered by an investigation published earlier on Sunday by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, Finance Uncovered, Africa Uncensored, and other news organizations. And to politics, Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has been sworn in on Monday for another 5-year term in office after his party, Prosperity Party, won the elections in June 2020. Ahmed was first appointed Prime Minister in 2018 by then-ruling party Tigray's People's Liberation Front following anti-government protests. With his new government expected to be announced soon, Abiy will face old problems that include finding a solution to the deadly war in northern Tigray being the most pressing one. The Sudanese government on Sunday says the country is about to run out of essential medicine, fuel and wheat after political protests forced the closure of Port Sudan, the main port in the east of the country. Members of Eastern Sudan's Berger tribes blocked roads and forced Red Sea ports to close in recent weeks in protest at what they say is the region's lack of political power and poor economic conditions there. The cabinet in a statement promised to work on a solution to the economic and political marginalization of Eastern Sudan and urged the protesters to join in talks. Now, thousands of Tunisian President Kais Saied supporters rallied in the capital and other cities on Sunday to back his one-man show that includes the suspension of parliament and promise to change the political system, act the opposition call a coup. The demonstration of at least 8,000 people in central Tunis was by far the biggest since Saied seized executive power in July. The crowd gathered in Bourguiba Avenue, the main thoroughfare in central Tunis, chanting, "The people want the dissolution of parliament. We are all Kais Saied. We are all Tunisia." Last week, Saied appointed the country's first female prime minister and urged her to quickly form a government. Libya's foreign minister on Sunday confirmed that some foreign fighters have left the country as the unity government seeks to organize international help to withdraw the many mercenaries who remain. Since the 2011 NATO-backed uprising that ousted Muammar Gaddafi, there has been little peace or security in Libya. This caused Algeria split between warring eastern and warring factions in 2014. Last year, after Commander Khalifa Haftar's eastern-based Libyan National Army was pushed back from its 14-month assault on Tripoli, the two sides agreed on a truce and accepted the installation of a new unity government in Tripoli. The ceasefire agreement called for all foreign mercenaries brought in by the warring sides to be withdrawn within 3 months of it being signed a year ago. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. Business stories and more coming your way after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back in business. Algeria's President Abdelmadjid Tebboune in a cabinet meeting on Sunday ordered a reduction of income tax to preserve purchasing power as the country battles rising food prices. The government is trying to avoid social unrest and has blamed speculation for the increase in prices. To prevent further increase in prices, traders found responsible for the hiked food prices will have their licenses withdrawn. National Treasury disclosure on 7 projects in Kenya that are either operational or under implementation show that Kenyan government will pay $1.4 billion for early termination of the new public-private partnership models contracts due to government default. These projects include the Nairobi Expressway, which is owned by China Road and Bridge Corporation, roads and power plants. Kenya is seeking to maintain the pace of spending on new infrastructure with funding from private backers while reducing borrowing and budget deficits. The private investors will earn from charging user fees like toll charges for between 10 and 30 years. And moving away from business, France's military on Sunday said Algeria has closed its airspace to French military planes, escalating the biggest row between the countries in years. This, Algeria says, follows what it calls irresponsible comments attributed to French President Emmanuel Macron and his interference in the country's internal affairs. On Saturday, the country recalled its ambassador to Paris for consultations. The row comes on top of strains last week when France said it would slash the number of visas available to citizens of Maghreb countries, drawing a formal protest from Algeria. Now, more than 500 migrants attempting to get to Europe were on Sunday intercepted by Libyan Coast Guard while on boats believed to be heading to Europe. 500 were crammed in one boat while a second rubber boat with 50 people was intercepted after its engine failed at sea. The UN Refugee Agency says majority of the people are from Bangladesh, Somalia, Sudan and Syria. And in sport, Ethiopia's Cisse Lema won the men's London Marathon in a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 1 second after breaking away from the leading pack late in the race on Sunday, while Kenya's Jocelyn Jepkosgei beat Ethiopia with a time of 2 hours, 17 minutes and 42 seconds. The marathon, which celebrated its 40th anniversary in April, returns to its traditional route from Blackheath to the Mall for the first time in over 2 years. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube to stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Okwande. Thanks for watching.